Dear friends and family, I am Michael Dove, and I'm very pleased to present a dear friend who lives here, part of the time lives here in Varanasi, and he is our dear friend and priest who does a great deal of very important spiritual work and guidance here for the people that come through. His name is Krishna Shastri, and I'll invite him here now. Krishna,
या हेलो नमस्ते
आपका से है
नमस्ते
नमस्ते.
हम मैं ठीक हूँ आप कैसे हो
Yeah, DK, make tikun. So, I would like to introduce you to my audience and let you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you got to become the person that you are and are able to do the spiritual work that you do here amongst us.
या श्योर
Okay.
डू आई हैव टू स्टार्ट नाउ
Oh, yes.
या या namaste everyone this is Krishna Shastri basically I am from the born and brought up in southern part of India and I am pursuing my career or like I am passionate about a lot of spiritual activities, say doing offering ceremonies and healing people by the like planetary positions, like reading a person's activities, their lifestyle, and providing them the solution in what way their concerns are, and like basically like Sanatan Dharma. This is called the spiritual center. The Dharma is like dharma or karma is like what kind of activities we do, the so we reap the returns. So in this process, like we do take a lot of ceremonies, a lot of puja is what we call. Since a person's human being's birth till the end of his life, it's like it involves in a lot of activities which has to be performed. As being born and brought up in southern India, and as I was conveying you that I just wanted to come and stay in this holy place, Varanasi, is because this place itself is very spiritual and holy thing. While you experience, you find the essence of uh, living style along with the multicultural and diversified cultures of people, languages, and the holy essence of Lord Shiva. Actually, this is the place where Lord Shiva is believed to be lived, and this is the oldest city for the Hindus. So this place gives you a lot of essence of living things, and it enlightens the soul. As my beloved friend Mr. Michael Dow is like deep practitioner of meditative practices, where he provides a lot of information, and he himself is a kind of sagely person, where he has gone through a lot of meditative practices which heals your soul. So after all the human beings who are staying on the earth, who are living beings, are nothing but this body is a carrier, and the soul is the one which, like, if we fulfill the motto of the soul taking birth onto the earth in whatever the form, human being form, wherever in the over on the earth, it has to be fulfilled. Otherwise, if you are not fulfilling the activity of the soul, what is the final outcome, destination of the soul? If you are not fulfilling it, then it has to take birth again in the form of animal, birds, whatever the living creatures are there, and finally it has to come into a body of a human being, only because the human being has the ideology and act upon, he has a thought process, so that he can identify what is good, what is bad. The karma says if you do good, it will provide you good in return, and if you do bad, definitely it will provide you back in negative way. So this is how, like, the soul, the acts of the soul will make you uh, it take you into such a path where you are standing at a certain position, whether it is good or bad. So people might have been like suffering from a lot of health issues, whether financial issues, by the mental peace issues. They might not get a proper sleep, they might not feel like hungry. These are all the outcomes of the karma. Okay,
Uh-huh.
to understand what is the perfect soul, what is the activity of soul has to be done, then when we are onto the right path, no matter how busy you are, you will have a proper hunger, you will have a proper sleep, you will have a mental peace. And whatever do, whether if you are rich or poor or a middle class, whatever situation you are, you will be happy at any time,
Ah,
right?
okay. And what kinds of services and advice that you give to people who have come to you for wisdom and understanding?
Yeah. The services what I provide is like not all the human beings when they took birth are equal, but as they
Uh-huh.
grow, by the situations, by their geographical conditions, by the literary conditions, they
Hmm.
tend to be going their lifestyle into different ways. Say if a doctor or an engineer gives birth, like if they are knowledge and they want their children to be again a doctor or an engineer, they'll go in that way.
Hmm.
If a family is like a thief or something, stealing people's something, and if they don't want to work hard and they just want to go in that way, because these are all the consequences of planetary position. Say
Ah,
in Hinduism, yeah, this is called astrology. Okay,
yes.
it runs on the nine planetary positions. There are nine planets: Aditya, sun god; Soma, moon god; Aditya Somaya Mangalaya Budhaya cha. Guru Shukra Shani Becha Rahave Ketave Namah. This is the one of the phrases of nine planets. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And as per the like a person when he takes birth, which planet is ruling and the rays, sun rays are falling out of that planet, he will be in that Gurubal. What we say is the Bruhaspati, is the Jupiter planet. When he is strong, that child will be more like he'll be much brighter student. Okay, one who is a planet Shukra. Okay, one who is very proficient when he takes birth on the major essence of the Shukra graha. Graha is called planet. When he is much like he takes birth during the activeness of that particular graha or planet, then he'll be always rich, he'll never short of finances. So the
Yes.
planetary position plays a vital role for a human beings. Like I like the astrology is such a thing where when you provide your date of birth, place of birth, time of birth, okay, this astrology can guess what has happened with you and what
Uh-huh.
is gonna happen with you. So this is
Hmm.
strong science. Okay, this is kind of science. So, so let me provide you one example. Like I'll just give you an instance. Say if we are feeling hotter, okay,
Hmm.
very hot, and we feel like we need to have certain uh, uh, place where we have to get rid out of that situation. So is
Yes.
it permanent that if we are feeling that situation? No, it is temporary one, we know. So if it is going to provide you very hot situation, then some or the other day there will be a winter. Okay, winter or monsoon. So it's never 24/7 365 days the weather is not the same. So the human being's birth itself is divided into two parts. Say one is daylight, it's like brighter day, and it is complete darkness. Okay, one who understand this concept, like whether the astrology it might be or the
Hmm.
planetary position, one who understands, like until and unless we get out of the enlightenment what is the actual impact of that, we need to at least basically we need to have the ABC of that. Say
Yeah.
ABC alphabetical, so that we can go into the grammar and understand English. So if we just have a basic knowledge in further classes, I'll be letting you know what is the impact, how it has affected on what kind of person, and what were the impacts, what has to be done, in which way it has to be done. These are all the basic practices. In further classes I'll be going through that, but I'm just
Uh-huh.
telling you basically. So a human
Hmm.
being, if I am talking to you, say I am living and dying. Do you accept that?
Hmm.
I am I
Yes.
can say I am alive. I can say I'm a dead person, because the process is like when I inhale air, okay, that means I'm
Mhm.
alive. Okay,
Yes.
until and unless I leaves out the air, I'm not sure whether I'm alive or not.
Uh-huh.
Say a human being, if he is end of his chapter, that means
Ah,
when I stop releasing the air, I would have taken in the air, but the chapter ends when I'm not releasing it. That means that's the
uh-huh.
end. So
Acha.
this is equally divided. So a person, we can't say he's a living being. He can be like he can be tell that he is living dead person, but until and unless he releases the air and again takes back, he's not alive. That's for sure,
Ah,
right? You you accept
absolutely.
this thing, right? Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, this
absolutely.
way,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, this way, like enlightenment, understanding the process, because not every time it's darker. And if you want darker, like when person when they are in depression, they just don't want to come out, and they just don't want to meet people, they want to be isolated. Okay, though they want to be isolated, some or the other day they need to come out. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
enlightenment, they have to get that push up. Why the person
Yes.
doesn't come out? Why the person doesn't come out? It is because it's lot of impact of that negative planet on him. Until and
Mm-hmm.
unless he doesn't perform that activity, he will not get enlightenment, and he will not be into the normal world.
Ah, I see. I see.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, so the astrology is very, very important and very, very central. Um,
yeah,
yeah. One question I have is, what is the value of the puja? Is that what does
yeah,
the value of the puja have for people that you conduct?
yeah, yeah. The puja, there are multiple number of pujas. Like since we, if it is done on a birthday, on an auspicious day, there are several kinds of pujas, n number of pujas which are done on that particular auspicious moments. Okay,
Hmm.
puja is like enlightening the soul. Okay,
Ah,
one who performs a puja must not be only clear with his body. Means here, whoever's want to perform a puja, he has to get up early in the morning, take a nice shower. He has to be cleaned by his body, not only by the
uh-huh.
body, by even thoughts,
Yes.
because we are offering a puja to uh, uh, like get in connect with God. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
so the purpose of a human being is to attain his soul back into the like it has to be liberated. The soul has to be liberated and go back to the God, so that we must not take a rebirth. This is the purpose
Mhm.
of soul. So
Yes.
the more, the puja is a small activity, okay, which enlightens us to go into the good path. Okay,
Mm.
so this
Mhm.
puja, when we get up early in the morning, take a like have a proper daily activities, and then we get cleaned by the body, and we wear a clothes which are cleaned, okay,
Yes.
washed. Okay, then we, when we offer puja, first we take certain water, like 3 times of water, chanting the name of God. Means it will purify the soul from inside. Means
Hmm.
whatever I would have done the activities, people booze, people go with girlfriends, and people do whatever the activity they feel like. They might, in the process of their life, if I'm just driving a car, some small fly comes in between the driving car. So if that fly gets died by hitting the car, that's a murder we would have done. So
Yeah.
that's the basic thing. So we have to get cleaned by all these activities what we have done in the past, say the last
Uh-huh.
night. Okay,
Yes.
when we are clean by the body, by the clothes what we wear, and the puja, when we offer flowers, the incense sticks, the sandal powder, whatever we
Mhm.
offer unto the god's idol, is
Mhm.
not offering towards the god. It is that we are clean from
Uh-huh.
outside and inside. And with the clean, like say when we put an incense stick and by the smell of that scent, we feel very pleasant,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah. The pleasance will change our thought process while we take the smell of that, and while we take the offerings which are given after the puja, that will enlighten and that will clean the process from inside the body. Say like if there are hundreds of plants, okay,
Yes.
which are of like what we say, which are marijuana, okay, there is one plant of tulsi. Tulsi is the
Tulsi.
plant which is, yeah, which is uh, uh, believed to be a godly form. It is the another version of Lord Vishnu, okay.
Uh-huh.
Though you put one tulsi in 100 marijuana trees, that will not get affected, because that has that particular identity, that though the marijuana smells in different way, this tulsi plant will not change its activity.
Yeah.
So the outside plants, the essence will not affect the soul. This is what we have to understand out of it. The soul is
Yes.
something, while we provide innerly, because this is from inner thing. So the activities, the mantra starts. Ganana am tva ganapatim bhavamahe kavim kavinam upamastravastramam jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspada anashtunvannoti visita sadhanam. Means this is the offering, this is the mantra which is chanted towards
Uh-huh.
the Lord Ganesha.
Uh-huh.
Lord Ganesha, he is the primary god. Like all the gods has given a power that whoever wants to do whatever the puja has to be started with Lord Ganesha. He has
Yes.
to be offered prayers, and then only we have to go to Lord Rama or Lord Vishnu or Lord Maheshwara or Lord Shiva and whatever. So he is
Uh-huh.
the primary god who has to get the first offerings, first puja.
Uh-huh.
So these, when the mantras are chanted, our thought process, our vision, our smelling, and whatever the instance within us will be completely like concentrated on certain thing which is God. We
Uh-huh.
always look, think, and act upon, even the breath will be related to God. Our thought will not go anywhere. So
Uh-huh.
this starts keep on changing the thought process. So see, the why the puja has to be done. Puja is a done on an auspicious day on a bigger note. But what
Mhm.
puja we do every day is, what is puja? Whoever it might be, like say I can say this is mala. Okay, this is jap
Mala.
mala. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
this you see in all the religions. When you go
Uh-huh.
to churches, when you go to masjid, all the maulanas and the popes do have the beads. These beads, they have
Mhm.
different kinds of beads. Okay, why they wear is because there is a purpose. Say
Mhm.
if I for an example, if I say, if I am a manufacturer of a car, okay, I'm an engineer of a car, I'm going to manufacture a car, and that's a sports car, okay. So if I manufactured, if I engineered a car, and if it is a sports car, if I made it as a sports car, and it is running with a speed of 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers an hour,
Uh-huh.
then do we accept it? No, because the sports car has to go 100 miles per hour. It has to run fast. So
Yes.
God has given a human being life for everybody, irrespective of religion, caste, creed, geographical boundaries. He has given life to everybody in equal senses. Okay, he has given
Yes.
five senses: to see, to enjoy the nice taste of food, drink, to smell good things, see good things, hear good voices, and all these are five senses. Have a proper touch. These are all the five senses. He has given irrespective of differentiation, same kind of life to everyone. Okay,
Mhm.
so what is our role is to pay back him.
Ah,
As I
gotcha.
was telling you, yeah, when I have made a car which has to run fast, but it is not running fast, do anybody buys that car?
Mhm.
Neither the manufacturer is happy. He will put it in a in something waste, so that he just want to recycle it, because he
Mhm.
has made with an intention that he it has to run fast, but it is
Yes.
not running. It is slow enough. So the manufacturer itself doesn't accept that he will recycle that car. Okay, so what he does is to like give him payback. He has given a nice human body with all the enjoyments in the life, to see the sense, to eat, to taste everything.
Ah,
What he expects in return is that we have to chant his name. We have to always do grateful to him, saying that, oh God, you has given us such a good opportunity to live a human being's life with all enjoying all this. At least at certain age,
mhm.
I'm gonna pay back you.
Yeah.
What he asks in return. When God has made everything, God made everything. He has given uh, gold, jewelry, luxury, AC, car, everything. He has made
Ah,
everything. We can't pay back him because he, whatever he wants to make, he can make it any time. So what
yeah.
we have to do is we have to just take out time and pray for him. In which
Mm,
way? By doing pujas. Pujas are an expensive things because we need to accumulate the groceries and arrange a priest for that and make a auspicious time. But what we can do by japa is like every morning as soon as we get up and while going to bed, we can just like chant his name, whatever the
ah,
god we
ah,
are fond of. We are so like I'm fond of Lord Shiva. I just take the mala every morning and before going to bed I just say Om Namah Shiva. The 108 beats will be remembered for him 108 times. So puja
ah.
is a bigger version of that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I see. I
Puja
see.
is a bigger version of praying God.
Ah,
And
okay.
yeah, and see, the japa is for inner soul and for an individual. But for
Mhm.
people who are very early into the spiritual things, has to make this process in a group activity. They have to call few people, and this puja has to be done in a group form because this is teaching and for
Ah,
other people. It has to be a teaching for others also. Yeah, slowly see when we are into
okay.
the school, teacher sits beside us and she will make us write A B
Ah,
C D alphabets holding our hand. Okay, that time we need a teacher beside us. Slowly when we are proficient in writing alphabets and then we go into the grammar, then when we are into the college age, we need not to have a supervisor beside us. We will just, when the
yeah.
teacher writes on the board, when she dictates, that day we'll be we are full of the knowledge what has to be written and understand what she is telling, what is the concept, whether it is engineering, it is a science, or it is a social, or it is mathematics. We'll be active in that process, like we can understand what is what, whether it is science or mathematics. So at
Uh-huh.
early stages we need a backup so that we will make them understand what is what. We'll just start telling them this is A, this is why, this is
Yeah.
why.
Ah, okay. So for people that for people that come to visit Varanasi and even visit us here where we live, you're able to guide them and show them good ways of engaging
Yeah,
in practice, spiritual practice.
yeah. See, one
Uh-huh.
who comes here, I can elaborate the
Yes.
process of the puja ceremony,
Ah,
whatever
yes.
we do, as I have been already because see, when we are saying something, we are, if it is a practical class, so we have
Uh-huh.
laboratories in science class, right? Why it is? Because
Yes.
it's not the only showing the elements and what is the reaction of H2O X and they physically show them what is the activity, how it is changing its color, changing its process, changing its identity. This kind of laboratory. But when they are into Varanasi, I will be sitting them. I can just explain what is the process, why it is done, what is the importance. While taking a mantra, what is the
Uh-huh.
importance of that particular mantra, can be thoroughly elaborated and we can explain what is the impact of that. You know, there are certain colors, like as per 9 planets there are different colors. The person wearing the colored shirt or the wearing the clothes of that particular color on that particular day as per the planetary position will
Hmm.
definitely, yeah, it is evident. Say like when
Yes.
people go, like you might have witnessed a lot of people who are always in white clothes. Okay, they never get a repulsive thoughts because the kind of color they wear is for peace. It is for peace. They always
Yes.
be in peace. Even few people just quarreling outside, they just don't want to get involved and they just don't want to stop it. And because they are already experienced the power of whiteness. Whiteness is an
Yeah.
identity of peace. They'll be
Uh-huh.
always at very peace. So likewise we have orange, yellow, green. These are the colors, and the particular days we wear these colors. it gives some kind of thought process change, so that like people seeing at us definitely will have a different change. So we put this tika every
Uh-huh.
day. It stops negative energy coming inside, and it enlightens the chakra to get the cosmic energy inside.
Ah,
So
uh-huh.
this is why people put this tika. It is mandatory, so that when we make pressure and put this tika, it opens the
Mm-hmm.
this area where the cosmic energy can be grasped into. Okay, this cosmic
Ah,
energy
yes.
enlightens the chakra. We have 5 chakras. Okay, it gives the enlightenment to one by one. By this process, at a superior stage, at the most superior stage, we can control hunger, we can control thirst, we cannot be repulsive of any kind of weather situation. So you might have seen a lot
Yes.
of sadhus who are proficient in this practice. You when you go
Uh-huh.
to Himalayas, they don't wear anything on their body. They'll just be on a naked body, and they'll be in like throughout in say -degrees. So it's like always it is ice kind of like negative temperatures, -5, -6, -10, -2, and they just walk barefoot. They don't even need a jacket or a shoe. They survive
Uh-huh.
because they have attained they have understood that they went into the deep of the soul, and they have understood how to control the body levels, whatever the
Mm.
weather situation. They got
Uh,
enlightened. They never feel like thirsty, they never feel like if they want to just they just want to have something, they go and they just pluck the fruits and they'll take inside.
uh-huh.
So this kind of control when we get onto the body, definitely. So if we are frequently falling ill, do we have a thought to make a prosperity? Like if I want to start a new business, okay, if I'm regularly falling ill, okay,
Yeah.
do I think of establishing a new venture of my business? It's very difficult, because whether I have to take an appointment with the doctor, I have to go there and meet, or I have to pay attention to my new venture, this will be a problem. So when we are strong enough within our thought, our health, automatically it is a wealth. So creation of wealth is
Uh-huh.
nothing when you are perfect with your senses. When you play with your senses, it's nothing. Like even if you are at our business or our office, whatever the job we do, when we are calm and composed within ourselves, we have a right thought process. Then need not to worry about how to stay in life, how to survive in life, in further whatever the situations. We will be enough knowledge to tackle whatever the situation what we gonna face in our life.
Yeah. Yeah. So so when people come to visit, say we have our retreats next year, they will be able to meet you. They will be able to work with you and get guidance on how to get in touch with their soul and how to get in touch with their a spiritual life. And so, um,
Yeah, definitely. I'll be privileged to serve, because see, knowledge is wealth. Okay, the
mhm.
knowledge when it is spread more and more, then only it
Uh-huh.
is going to keep on flourishing to the next generations. See,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
knowledge has to be spread. Yeah,
Yes.
all the
Absolutely.
mythological books or Vedas, Puranas, we have got because they have written and they have published, and we like all the priests, it is mandatory for them to go through this spiritual books, because with this
Yeah.
only the next generation are going to have the knowledge of what is what. So I just want to like basic lifestyle Indian women households. What they do is
Uh,
on every auspicious days, say festivals, like in India, in every odd month we do have festival: Diwali, Dashera, New Year, Ugadi, and Ram Navami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Durga Puja. These are all the festivals which fall on every odd month. Okay, during the festivals, Indian culture people what they do is they put mango leaves onto the entrance of the house. Okay,
yes.
these are the small scientific activities. Why it is done? Because a lot of people do it, but they doesn't know why it is done.
Yeah.
So they put mango leaves, they pluck the mango leaves and they'll put it on the entrance of their houses. It is because
Hmm.
only the mango leaves, mango tree has the capacity of, after plucking it from the plant or a tree, it gives
Mhm.
up to 15 to 20 days, 30 days. It has the capacity to bring out the like take in the carbon dioxide and give the oxygen. Once, because a
Ah,
lot of, yeah, a lot of trees plants, when they pluck, when they broken out, plucked out from the tree, they doesn't
uh-huh.
survive for more than a day or two. But only the
Yes.
mango leaves has got the such an activity like that, that those are like very efficient, that for the next
Uh,
15 20 days till the next festival is gonna come, that will not get dried out. That means
uh-huh.
it takes out the negative atmosphere, like carbon dioxide, whatever the negative gases from the house, and it releases outside, so that
Ah,
one who
yeah.
sits inside, sleeps inside, should take proper oxygen. And when we take a proper gas, like air, we'll have a good thought. So if
Ah,
we go into a pungent smell and we are like in a very shitty place, we don't get good thoughts. Say when
uh-huh.
we, yeah, like take in pleasant air, nice essence, will get good thoughts. Likewise, women are tend to put turmeric powder to their feet, because
Uh-huh. Yes.
normal Indian households, like they most of the time they work in a activity where like washing clothes, they tend to have lot of time their feet into the water. They feel
Yeah.
cracks. Okay, this is an activity like during festivals, like every woman tend to put another woman's feet with the, fill it with the turmeric, and they put sandalwood powder to the glands, because
Uh-huh.
mumps measles is a disease like where women are tend to more fall ill to that disease, mumps and measles. They get the
Yeah.
tonsils, this part will be swollen. So
Uh,
every festival they just put sandalwood powder to their glands, so that that
mhm.
will heal. Okay,
Mhm.
these are like basic activities which they
Yeah. Yeah.
and women wear bangles here. Okay,
Uh-huh.
bangles are must for an woman after the puberty when they get married. It is because uh, after marriage women are tend to give birth to a child. Okay, the tickling sound what the bangles
Uh-huh.
do will
Yeah.
activate a vein which is here, which directly goes to a womb of the mother. So
Mhm.
when they keep on like wearing the bangles, and when they keep on tickling, the vein gets activated, and whoever the child that gives birth will be very active and bright.
Ah,
That keeps that vein always active. So the reason they wear
yes.
bangles, that is mandatory when once they get married. And you will see
Ah,
like once the husband dies, they'll remove the bangles, because they're not going
mhm.
to reproduce. So these are all small activities. Like
Yes.
further,
Yeah.
if you get a chance, like I can let you know what are the basic activities which are done. What is the science behind it? It is
Mhm.
evident.
Yes.
It is evident what
Yeah.
is the science behind
Yeah.
it. In fact, like
Yeah.
when they are here,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's important
like
to understand that there's science behind it. There's science
yeah,
underneath
and
underneath everything.
yeah, in fact when they come to the Varanasi, like
Uh-huh.
there are certain there is one particular place called Mrityunjay Mahadev Mandir. Okay,
Mhm.
the temple, there is a well. Okay, here the Ayurveda is the was the only medicine since ages, was
Uh-huh.
like practicing for any illness
Yes.
kind of thing. Ayurveda was the only medicine. Like Ayurveda is the science where it provides medicine with multiple combinations of herbs and all. So the god of Ayurveda, the medicinal god, is his name is called Dhanvantari. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Dhanvantari has dig a well, and he has put certain herbs into it and grown certain herbs, and he has dig a well in Varanasi. There is a particular place. When you
Ah,
go on
yes.
to there, yeah, there are several evident people who came from abroad who stayed here. Like when the doctor has prescribed and said that this person is not going to live for more than 2 or 3 months with cancer or whatever the illness he might have, he or she, like they have been here, they stayed for months on months, and they, every day they're gonna consume the water from the well. It's a water,
Uh,
pure drinking water. When they started consuming, they lived for years, and a lot of
ah,
people are still researching, and they are gonna crack the what are the medicinal benefits which are inside, but nobody
mhm.
is gonna crack still. A lot of
Uh-huh.
people come take the water and they just do research, but they're not yet to identify what is exactly inside it. but a lot of
Yeah.
people get healing. So
Yes.
every
Yes.
day you see, yeah, you see millions of people in a month come there and they just full the stacks of water and they take home for the
Yes.
people
I've
who
seen
can't
that
come.
well. I've been there. I've been there before.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. So
actually
these are
an
all
incredible
basic
place.
things. Like when we, yeah, when we come here, then only we can experience that.
Ah. Uh-huh.
Say
Okay. Okay.
one day, just a minute, last minute. One day I was discussing with someone like there are certain things which can't be
Uh-huh.
created at their own location. Okay, there need to
Yeah.
be some aestheticity or something. When they go to that particular place, then only they can experience. There was an example I think I've shared with someone. I was telling like, see, if you have a kind of grief in our life, okay,
Hmm.
if I would have lost my mother or my sister or my brother, I'll keep on crying it, remembering them again and again.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this happens with everybody. They get emotional on that particular day of death, or so if we lose someone, if we have been hurt with some or the other activity, it's a human nature that we can again and again recreate that and go into the grief of that for 100 times. It can be multiplied, grief can be multiplied. But say, if you have achieved something, if you are a scholar, you got a degree and lot of people are clapping, hundreds of people are clapping because you have attained that particular position, you recreate that situation. It is not possible. Only at that particular time when you get the degree and everybody are clapping, you can enjoy that moment only once. You come
Yeah.
back to your house and you are very happy with your mind, body, soul and everything, but you can't recreate that happiness once again. This
Yeah.
is fact and evident. But human beings tend to, but when we are nurturing our soul, neither we go into the grief we can't multiply the grief, and neither we will be more happy when we attain that, because the soul, when we go into the retreat of the soul, that day we can understand all these kind of praises and griefs are temporary, because
Uh-huh.
we came by individual, we have to go by individual. Nobody is gonna come, neither my friend, family. So this is the fact of life. So
Yes.
nurturing the soul deep into the soul will
Mm.
make us understand that nothing is permanent. So which way we have to live is a guidance where we nurture our soul.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you,
Yeah,
Krishna,
yeah,
for sharing and presenting. And so, as I said, that when we hold our retreats, you will be here to guide people, and there will be um, programs and activities and things that are help people become more in touch with their soul. So I thank you again.
yeah, yeah. Namaste.
And,
Like, I'll be privileged to serve, and this
yes,
is knowledge sharing. Okay? Thank you.
absolutely, absolutely, very important. Okay.
Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya.
Okay. Am Namah Shiva. Namaste.